Hannibal LaGrange University announces it will close 2 dorms on campus. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Bradley. Pulliam and Nuncook will temporarily close in the fall of 2019. The decision for the closure is based on low enrollment. The university will use the closure to make some minor updates to both of those older buildings. With more on that story, here's Kelsey McCoy.
Changes are happening at Hannibal LaGrange University with the announcement that both Nuncook and Pulliam dorms will be temporarily closed for the next academic year. These changes will require students to pack up their belongings and their old memories of living here and move on to another dorm.
I love those boots.
HLGU student Sarah Hansen says Pulliam will always hold a special place in her heart.
It makes me sad because I really love Pulliam. It was the dorm that when I walked in, it was home. Like, it's homey, it's beautiful.
HLGU student Blake Harding says that although his dorm, Nuncook, is closing, he hopes the atmosphere will remain the same.
The RAs that are here that will be moving with the students, and the students that are currently in Nuncook that will be moving, they definitely should create that atmosphere elsewhere. It's not just the building that did that, it was the people in the building that did that.
For some students, closing the doors on 2 of the favorite dorms on campus is a big change. But the student life staff here at HLGU says those changes are necessary, and they hope it could bring some positive things to the residence halls. Things like new friendships among the students who might not otherwise get to know each other.
There's some girls that live there now that love the homey feeling. They love the people they live on the halls with, but they were excited for a new perspective on campus also, and they were very understanding with the reasonings and a lot more positive about it than I thought. I was a little nervous telling them, but they saw the good in it and are excited to have more full dorms this next year.
Both Pulliam and Nuncook dorms are old buildings that date back to 1929. Even though the older dorms are loved by students, the Director of Student Life and Associate Dean of Students, Joshua Pierce, says the decision to close the dorms was a financial reason based on low enrollment.
Crouch, Nuncook, Pulliam, Kleckner, they're pretty empty, and so it's no secret that we have a lower student number on campus, and we're trying to do our best to have a good positive feel on campus when you're in the dorms.
The university will use the closure to make a few updates to both buildings. The 2 dorms will officially close at the beginning of the fall 2019 semester. They will remain closed for both the fall and spring semester. They are expected to reopen the following year. For questions or concerns, please contact the Student Life office in the 1st floor of the L.A. Foster Building. Reporting for TNN, I'm Kelsey McCoy.
In other news, a team from Hannibal LaGrange University recently returned from a week-long mission trip to the Sunshine State. While in Florida, HLGU students focused their time and talents to share the gospel with other college students on spring break. The HLGU team worked alongside Beach Reach, an organization that offers spring breakers free van rides throughout the night, followed by pancakes in the morning. Their main goal is to reach lost students through conversations and acts of service. HLGU student Shira Four, who is from Indiana, says the trip reminded her that God is at work.
There's a prayer room at Beach Reach, and when everybody's out on the streets and vans, there's a group of people in there praying the entire time. And there's also a live stream. And it popped up on the screen and said that somebody from Evansville, Indiana had been saved. And that was just really cool because it's just like a piece of home, like just to see that there's things being done in my community, like, and I'm not even there, and God's still working.
HLGU student Brace Tiemann says the group hardly knew each other before their trip to Florida. However, Tiemann says the trip transformed strangers into close friends.
I only knew one person on the trip. So that was really neat, making new relationships, and especially ones that I wouldn't see myself making in the first place.
The HLGU team also had the opportunity to aid in disaster relief in Panama City after Hurricane Michael hit last October. They cleaned outside of schools, offering hope and encouragement to teachers and students. A closing reception for A Never Told Story in Art, History, and Music took place on March 15th in the Roland Fine Arts Building. Hannibal native Paul Grigsby and HLGU graduate returned for a special music performance. The night also gave community members a chance to walk through an art exhibit that was in the Hagerman Gallery. The exhibit featured works representing African American culture. The exhibit included photographs from Hannibal's 1955 to 1956 school year, the first year African Americans graduated from Hannibal High School. One attendee says she was touched in particular when a photograph of her mother caught her eye.
I kind of got carried away there for a minute because when I looked up and Faye had a picture of my mom. So I kind of broke up a little bit. But it was nice to see all the neighborhoods and the people that was of the time when I was a little girl.
The special exhibit was curated by Faye Dant, the founder and executive director of Jim's Journey. The exhibit was hosted by Michael Klebanowski, HLGU's Hagerman Art Gallery director. That's all for news for now, so let's send it over to Emma Anderson for a look at the home opener for the HLGU softball team and an update on men's basketball.
Thanks, Alex. The Hannibal LaGrange University softball team finally hit their home turf for the first time this season on Thursday. The Lady Trojans hosted Clark University in doubleheader action. HLGU was able to win both matchups, each by just one run. The Trojans won in walk-off fashion 4-3 in the season home opener. Senior Jordan Alford pitched a complete game and also drove in 2 runs. Alford was proud of the way the Trojans played as a whole in order to secure the first home win of the season.
Oh, it's amazing, to know you got defense and hitters no matter what you do, and that you always have confidence in them and we can always come back.
In the second game of the day, the Trojans put on a hitting clinic. 5 Lady Trojans finished with 2 hits in the competition. Senior shortstop Mackenzie Marshall drove in 4 runs, including the go-ahead run in the top of the 7th inning. The Trojans will be on their home field 2 times next week. HLGU will play the Lynx of Lindenwood Belleville University and the Stars of Stevens College. The game against Stevens takes place Wednesday at 2 o'clock. The Trojans will face Lindenwood Belleville on Friday. That home game is also a 2 o'clock start. The 2 wins against Clark put the Trojans at 11-9 on the season and 3-1 in the conference. In other news, the men's basketball team finished their tremendous season at the NCCAA tournament. HLGU finished 4th out of 8 teams. Hannibal finished with 19 wins and just 13 losses, making it the most successful season in Trojan history. Congratulations to Coach Durst and to all the players. From all of us at TNN, it was a joy to cover your success on the court this season. And finally in sports, the Hannibal LaGrange University men's baseball team has already signed multiple players for the 2019-2020 recruiting season. One of those signees who will join the Trojans in the fall is McGuire Munier. Munier comes from Mascoutah High School in Mascoutah, Illinois, where he plays outfield for the Indians. In addition to his spot on the Trojan baseball team, Munier is also the winner of a $1,000 scholarship from a journalism contest hosted by HLGU's Communication Studies Department. Munier entered a new story about his local church to the backpack journalism competition. His entry was scored based on the ability to write, shoot, and edit a story. Munier says his time in a prerequisite high school class taught him how to use editing programs and how to tell a story.
I didn't really understand it at first, and then all at once it hit me. I'm like, wow, I actually know what I'm doing. And then I got into the actual show that we do at my school, and it just blossomed from there.
This is the first year HLGU's Communication Studies Department has hosted the backpack journalism competition. That's it for sports. Now let's send it back to Alex Bradley.
Thanks, Emma. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Bradley.